Beautiful sunny day. It's like a little after 1 o'clock. What is it? Let's see. 12:53. Right there. About to be 1 o'clock. Y'all see him out here? There you go, my water. It's time for me to share my thoughts. Nice breeze out here. Not so bad. I'll make this quick. Thank y'all so much for those of you who are still with your boy after all this time. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and please, like, if you comment, as soon as you come in here or you see this video, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate that. Just like the video, that's all I need from you. And share it, that'll be awesome as well. But y'all know the stuff that's going on with Nolan Wells. Now you have Corey Ruiz and Madison, the cops that shot him like. And then you have Tyree Nichols out of Memphis. I'm the Ben Crumps. And he did a lot of other stuff in Al Sharpton. These two names seems to really upset people. And when a cop shooting occurs, these two guys are on the scene. Let me start off by saying, I don't care for these bastards either. Al Sharpton is a sellout, bootleg bastard who makes his money off of the trauma, off of black trauma. Ben Crump, same thing, bootleg, city guy, who makes, he's referred to as a glorified ambulance chaser. But the reason these two guys are so prominent is because there's a problem. Al Sharpton said something years ago. I was doing the Mike Brown thing or something, and it made sense. He said a couple of things that I've held on to that he said that makes sense. Let me go back to the first thing Al Sharpton said. I said, okay, years ago when they used to have these conferences on rap music and their right to free speech. And so Al Sharpton, he was one of the speakers. I guess he's one of the attendees of that particular conference back in the mid to early 2000s. And all the top rappers was there. They was fighting for their right to free speech. And Al Sharpton said a couple of things. He says, so what y'all doing? Y'all gathering here to fight for y'all right to cuss. I thought that's very profound. That's all. I'm trying to see what the fuck the rappers, what they coming together to fight for. They don't fight for reparations. They don't fight for the lives of other black men or racists. They don't fight. They're fighting basically to remain ratchet and to profit off being a ratchet dog. And then another thing, Al Sharpton says, so three things. Another thing he said, and based on that same that happened, then he said, the rappers will end up saying, we're just a reflection of what's going on in society. Us as rappers, we're just talking about what we see. And no, it's just a reflection. Al Sharpton said, okay. He said a mirror is not only there to reflect what you see, but to correct what you see. I said, okay, Al got some sense. He's right. He said, we're turning the mirror on society, to show a reflection of what's going on in the hood. What he meant was, for those who don't understand this, why you so busy showing the reflection, let's correct what's in the reflection. And so, and the third thing he said, when people accused him of race baiting or showing up to cause trouble, well, he said when doing the Mike Brown thing, he said, y'all showing up, y'all causing division, y'all causing trouble. He said, the reason that we're here is because of the trouble that's been caused. I said, you better tell him, Al. But other than that, nobody care about him because he's a staunch Democratic shield. Ben Crump's the same thing. And Ben Crump, whenever you can make out a word that this mumble mouth Fat Albert kid can make. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Tyree Nichols. Just ignorant. But here's the thing. If those two men, after years of what they've been doing, whether we like it or not, then come, a lot of these things will be swept under the table by the police departments, the state and local governments, these crimes that are committed against tax-paying black citizens, foundational black Americans. So believe it or not, they play a vital role in getting things out to the public because, you know, a attorney general, a judge or a city councilman, a mayor, a governor, a president, none, they don't give a damn about what you say. You have to bring somebody in that brings cameras with them, that brings the kind of clout and attention with them. That's what they've been able to do for the 40 years or so, 50 years that Al been doing it and all that. He brings attention. Now, do they get results of a lot of this? That's debatable all day long. But the thing here that really made me really make this video is a bunch of white folks and black conservatives saying what's a race issue, what isn't a race issue. So I want to say to you, sorry motherfuckers, the race issue is what we see in the video, just shooting people because they're black, like it ain't shit. And then you get the law it's online. Well, if he just stop resisting and comply, and what I love is going on right now, to all you smart mouth, funk ass, bootlick, set out black conservatives, and you funk ass hiding in the closet white racists. All these videos, tons of this going all over social media, how white cops all of a sudden know how to be professional, and they know their rule, what's called a policy handbook very well when it comes to dealing with white people who are committing crimes. They showing all videos where white folks are literally punching cops in the face, tackling, running at them. They shoot their taser, it don't work. And they still able to arrest them without killing them. And that's the shit I love about social media. When you think you're saying some smart shit, social media comes in and makes you eat crow. Stick your foot in your mouth. You need to comply. So that only means for black men, for black people. Because we can show you, I can go get videos of tons of them to show white women charging at cops and they probably slam on the ground, but guess what? They're still alive. But somebody black says, why are you arresting me? Or dare to snatch his or her arm away one time, pop, pop, pop. And then here you motherfuckers come, you black conservative motherfuckers with white wives and mixed kids at home. Then you look closeted fucking racists come out. They should have complied. Then they chimped out. You say all the weirdest shit. So what y'all got to say about that? But when y'all talking that shit about Corey Ruiz, just shot the man. You had 4 motherfucking cops on him. Then this old bullshit. He got a knife. And y'all got 4 motherfucking guns, 4 sets of tasers, and 4 grown ass supposed to be trained cops. Y'all couldn't take no one man down? That's bullshit. So I'll ask the question. See, Neely Fuller taught me. Mr. Farrakhan, Malcolm, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson taught me about racism and white supremacy. And he said, if you don't understand racism, white supremacy, its agenda, everything you see will only confuse you. White racism doesn't confuse me. I see it. I don't be calling shit out. And then this whole narrative, this whole momentous narrative, everything's not about race, everything's not about skin color. You're a goddamn lie. Because they show you video after video after video after video after video of white cops running from white men. They ain't dogs on them. They haven't maced them. They have stun gun them. They don't work, they running. And I love it. Now all those videos are going viral. So I said all that to say, Ben Crump and Alpton, they have a purpose. That is to expose and really put a bigger shine on the bullshit that these police departments try to do. And to you black cops out there, y'all just so, I know, y'all are so tired because y'all know once y'all become part of this system, you stop being black, you have to become blue. Y'all sharing the same, you tend to sharing the same cognitive dissonance towards your, but show me somewhere where black cops are beating the shit out of a white or a gay or a Jew or an Asian or whatever subject. Show me that, black cops. Show me when y'all beating the shit. I saw one damn video in a game where this big white guy was getting out of control. The cop punching on him and all the white folks saying, that's assault, that's assault. Ain't that a bitch? And the black cops was wailing on his ass. But you know what he didn't do? Pull his gun out and shoot that big, wild, acting, violent motherfucker. It's in the video. It's on social media at a football game, a baseball game. Because white cops know better not to harm nobody white. But they geared, locked, and loaded to harm a black male or a black female. They ain't let the female off a little bit, but she catching it too. But definitely a black male, everybody locked and loaded, ready. If they can't get that taser, they're going to definitely get that gun out. So y'all stop this bullshit about what isn't racist in fucking America. We know how this shit roll. But we're civil with one another. But we're not going to sit back and let y'all do some blatant shit. You can't keep asking us to do that. You don't ask the Jews to forgive Hitler, do you? You don't ask the Native Americans to forgive the white man, do you? So why the fuck y'all constantly tell white folks, that's not better than that. It's not about skate. I mean, that shit works so well. You got even black folks saying that shit. Boy, I'll tell you, the wickedness of it all. And that lets you know we stop reading. And we around here not understanding that always surveillance and through the black community. How the fuck y'all continue to sit here and think it's all right, or you try to fix it up in your head some kind of way that whenever a cop mistreats a black citizen, male. Yeah, they ain't doing no more resisting. They probably do lesser resisting than the white, Jewish, Asian, and other, and the gay citizens of this country is doing. But like Dr. Claude Anderson is tall as Malcolm, is tall as the black man. That benign neglect and that cognitive dissonance, shout out to Dr. Joy LeGroux Theory, who talks about in her book, damn, I can't think of the title, but just get her book, talks about cognitive dissonance, racial cognitive dissonance. That we even, and Dr. John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben and Dr. Amos Wilson talked about, we view other black people through the lens of the white supremacists. So you ain't got to like those two buzzards, Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, but they do bring the spotlight that is needed. Otherwise, these folks is just sweep shit under the rug. And for some reason, they're working their ass off. Well, you know, it's not a racial thing with the Nolan Wells. Okay, that's great. Well, let's prove it's not. But you can't hammer and badger black people for not being suspicious of you motherfuckers after 304 years of having this weird-ass, lopsided relationship with you white folks. This shit is crazy. You think Jews have a compromising or meeting in the middle as a relationship with Nazi sympathizers? No. Y'all respect them as they don't like their historical and current enemy, but somehow you try to keep drumming it in the heads of black people, and black people drumming it in the heads of other black folks. It's not like that. It's not about we're past race. This shit is systematic. So systematically, the shit continues. That's why the cops feel so free, do what the fuck they want to do. But I'm gonna tell you something. Just like they talk about the great American heroes, speaking of the 250 years of celebration of America's birthday, they talk about their heroes, how they picked up the musket and the cannon and fought for this country and took shit. Now, what if black people had the same attitude as relates to getting their enemy off of them? All of a sudden, cops are being made to feel physically that they're human beings too. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. See, if that happened, then the cops are thinking twice, because we seem to have some things legally in place, but they don't give a fuck about that. We got body cams. They don't give a fuck about that either. So you have to go to the old way in which white men took America. It was white came, like Leopold came into parts of Africa. You have to come in with that thing, pointed knives, wielding, and everything else. They got that same treatment. The cops wouldn't act like this towards blacks. But we got so much Jesus in us, we made us a bunch of noodle-kneed, retarded, slow-ass group of people. Why, the open season for everybody. Everybody gets a chance to take a wipe at us with little to no consequence systematically. We know how you brothers in the hood be saying, nah, man, we're going to take care of this street justice. If cops are understood the meaning of street justice racially, they'll cut this bullshit out. They'll think twice. They'll start treating all citizens the same way. And then for you weird-ass black conservatives, well, you know, more white people get shot by the police than black. No, let me tell you something. If they get shot, they earn their motherfucker. They literally fight, talk crazy, and buck and everything. Black people say, why are you arresting me? Pop, pop, pop. Black man runs, pop, 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 pop. Black chick try to run, pop, pop, pop. The white people do run, they hit, they kick, they cuss, they do everything. They even threaten their lives. So a lot of times white folks got shot, they earned it. Because their white entitlement, their white privilege tells them, what are you doing? All those black people over there. That's what it is. See, I said it. If they got shot by the cops, they probably earned the motherfuckers. Because cops don't go around looking for young white men to fuck with. They don't. They look at them with pride, like, yeah, I remember them. I was their age once, drinking in a parking lot. And what we don't understand is white cops don't they don't identify with us. Young white men in a crowd or a group, they look at them with pride. Like, yeah, that was me. But when they see a bunch of young black men, that old, vengeful, spiteful spirit of Europe versus Africa comes through their DNA and gets activated. What those niggas up to? Why are they together like that? Let me go over here and investigate. But when they go over there and investigate, a bunch of standing in a group in a parking lot drinking beer. Hey, fellas, y'all doing all right? Y'all just keep it down now, us. When you see a bunch of young black men smoking weed, they're like the white boys. They're like, y'all whoa, y'all a little heavy with it over here. Yeah, it's the truth. I've seen this shit. We all grew up in it. They do. They take it easy on them because they see them in those white men. A white, Asian, Hispanic cop does not see themselves in no black males. So, Ben Crump, they love him. Alton, love him, I hate him. They are necessary. They are necessary aggravants or adjutants. Because, for some strange reason, and there's another piece. For some strange reason, we got all these Negro males and females that graduate from law schools, black and white, every year. But Al Sharpton and Ben Crump, that stand up and can bring the media to a situation. And also, we have to realize who these people are. I'm gonna get back to the other piece in a second. Let me say this. Ben Crump is a civil attorney, meaning he goes after the money. And it's interesting why a civil attorney is the first one in line to try to be the spokesperson to speak up for shit. You don't need that. What you need is, where are these black constitutional lawyers and these black criminal lawyers? Why don't we have at least 5,000 of them in the country waiting, ready for some shit to pop off? That's something y'all need to ask. Why is a civil attorney the first person on the scene when it should be a criminal or a constitutional attorney standing there? It means crimes have been committed that need to be some investigation. A goddamn civil attorney has no business up there reading no goddamn findings from an autopsy. There should be a criminal or constitutional lawyer. And where all these black folks at? They always want to talk about these Negroes are. But you can't get them to do shit on behalf of the black, and especially if the black males involved. They go strictly on silent. And then all they want to do is call themselves civil rights attorneys. Fucking civil rights, all you thousands of Negro attorneys graduating from Howard and Southern and whatever law schools we got. And all these other goddamn law schools is PWIs. What is the benefit? And why do y'all keep calling yourselves civil rights attorneys? Get out of here. Because I say they're all on code. And most of them are Boule and Black Greek affiliated. I said it. I know y'all get mad when I say that, but don't learn. Steve Coakley studied his whole life, tried to tell us for 30 years who the Black Greek and the Black Boule are as relates to the sabotage of the black race. They'll never stand up for stuff like this. Ever. We have thousands of black attorneys, black men and women, graduating from law school every year. And these motherfuckers want to chase out the car accidents. That's the fuck they want to do. Do some shit that keep you away from the real work of the people, criminal and constitutional. That's the shit. If you want to become a star, goddammit, be Johnny Cochran. Hell, want that Johnny Cochran smoke. Johnny Cochran is fucking awesome. Where's the next Johnny Cochran? Johnny Cochran wasn't no goddamn civil attorney. Wasn't no goddamn crash, auto accident fucking attorney. Wasn't no environmental attorney. He was a goddamn criminal attorney / constitutional. And that's how he won that case. He went out to the shit looking for the criminals involved in that damn OJ thing. And he was successful. He's built a team around that. Then afterwards, the other folks got civil attorneys to get their money from OJ. Y'all understand? Y'all stop calling Ben Crump all y'all, their family members that get hurt. I know y'all call him because Ben Crump brings attention and kind of, he's branded himself really well. And Al Sharpton has branded themselves really well at being able to get these folks to open up. Well, they do that so they can make deals. Yeah, they say, okay, y'all, look. Y'all, this shit don't look good on your city. This shit don't look good on you as a people, as a group. So can we go in the back room and talk about a settlement? That's how they get their percentage. They don't do that shit for free. The little brother, the mom of the St. Louis, what was his name? Got Tyree. Tamir Rice's mom told y'all that about the so-called civil rights activists, how they look for a payout when they come and, I guess, use their voices to speak on your behalf. Tamika Mallory and Angela Rye and Ben Crump and all of them. Oh, yeah, it's a hustle. Look, Tamika Mallory work here. What kind of job skills does she have? None. Her son got killed at her platform, her little springboard to get and talk about everything else. So, but she ain't got no, that chick don't have a job. She went to fucking college. But they get on that train. Well, we need the black, but all of them are feminists. And all these chicks just like that, they're feminists or lesbian, or they all on the Jewish or AIPAC payroll. Allegedly, reportedly, allegedly. So, I just need to do things differently. If we want some criminal shit, call some of you these criminal and constitutional attorneys, and then get you a real spokesperson. Don't call some little local half-speaking broken English ass weirdos like Carmelo's family called that Dominique dumbass out of Dallas. Don't call that. He's the Ben Crump of Dallas. He don't do shit. And all his charges, all his goddamn charge on his record, and then some freaky shit part of his charges too. But so, in the future, black families, when something like that happen, don't call Ben Crump. You know, if you want the attention brought, but have a criminal, a very good criminal, a constitutional attorney who's gonna be the person to fight for you. So, Ben Crump and Al, I know y'all have y'all uses, but you know, man, fuck all that. And y'all stop letting these white folks tell y'all what racism is. It's not about race. They're just always making about race. And then this word race baiters. Who the fuck more of a race baiter than the motherfuckers who wrote the Constitution of this United States? They're the raiders. Them motherfuckers had slaves while they was writing the Constitution, and black were fucking enslaved while they wrote the goddamn United States Constitution. That's why they had to put in the 14th Amendment. These other motherfuckers had the nerve and audacity to use and manipulate when they snuck their ass in this country or volunteer to bring their ass over here and have their babies over here. You know, I hate that they knocked down that birthright shit. I hate that the Supreme Court didn't go with it. But all that does is hurt black people. That's another video, y'all. So anyway, I asked the question, why them? Hey, the other question is, why not the other black attorneys? And I'll respond, where the fuck y'all at? All you Negro attorneys that graduate every year. Some of you been like to pride yourselves on being successful attorneys, but y'all don't get it for blacks. Y'all must be some of them Oak Bluff, Hamptons motherfucking Negroes. Say, well, we got to stay away from race because it's not very productive. No, it's not profitable to deal in race. But I tell you the goddamn truth. But I digress. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk in the future. Peace, y'all. Let me see where am I? Oh.